Happy Wednesday, y'all. Hope your Wednesday's going good. Mine is about to get perfect at 1:30 in the afternoon. You want to know why? Because the dryer repairman will be here in about an hour. Yeah, our dryer went out this past Saturday. Thank goodness for home warranty. But FYI, they didn't offer to renew us. I wonder why. But y'all, by tonight, with prayers, my dryer will be back working. And if you hear a noise in the background, that's the coffee. It's singing, you know, our favorite tune. But I know you're looking at the title and you're thinking, rolls again? Oh, no, y'all. Hang on. Y'all remember the other day I did my mama's yeast rolls. And I've been, going in that treasure box and digging and looking because I had mentioned to y'all my Aunt Hazel made the best rolls. Well, those rolls that we made was from Aunt Maggie. And by the way, I did another batch with Cameron, baked them at 375. Superb. So 375 is the sweet spot, in my opinion. They rose a little bit faster. But I was digging. I'm trying to come up with I normally try to add 3 things of Mama's Box of Treasures to the holidays. So I've been digging because I want something new so my grandkids can sample, introduce it. It may be a hit. It may not be. And I just enjoy doing that. But when I was digging, I found this. There is no back on it, guys. The pages are stuck. This is early, say 70s. And it's a well-used book, okay? But this is my cousin, actually my second cousin. And there's little notes in here, too. But anyway, they're set, my Aunt Hazel's yeast rolls. I said, oh my God, can it be? Now, these pages are like taped together, stuck together. But we're going to try them because it references my Aunt Hazel, my mom's sister. So we're going to go ahead and make these for the first time. Somebody, like my mama or somebody, really used this book. But we're going to make them together because it's made with the scalded milk. I'm going to assume, and I'm using that very carefully. I'm going to assume that those rolls, the yeast rolls with scalded milk that referenced Aunt Hazel's, is the ones that I remember my Aunt Hazel's famous dinner rolls to be. But I wasn't just going to do it without y'all. We need to do this together. We need to just try these recipes together. And it doesn't take as much flour. Because in there it said a footnote of 3 cups and only. Bread flour, all-purpose. Well, y'all, Monday, Mr. Buddy brought home 2 5-pound bags of bread flour for me. So I'm using bread flour. Now, before I get my coffee, let's talk about the flour. Let me just go back over it. When you're measuring flour, bread flour or all-purpose, whatever. Oh, I almost spilled some of my yeast. You don't want to pack your measuring cup. I like to take a spoon and scoop it in, and then I just slide it off. You don't want packed flour. It will mess up your recipe. So just always keep that in mind. I just spoon mine in there, take the back of a knife, scrape it off, you're good to go. But now I did blend it with my pastry spoon, blender. I don't know what you call it. I just know that it's a bread dough spoon thing. It's a Lippy video. But y'all see me use it. We're going to use it again today. Anyhow, we're going to run through the ingredients. It's very simple. She wrote it out really stupid simple. So we're going to find out together. But right now I'm getting my coffee cup because I need to get that Java, that good energy going. And we're going to make these together. So you won't see it till late this afternoon. Well, early evening. But I'm quite excited. But I did scald my milk. What that means is I brought it up not to a boil, but just where it was bubbling on the side and it made like a film on the top of the milk, and stopped and brought it off, and it's sitting here cooling. She specified 110 degrees. I was 117 while ago. So it gives me plenty of time to get my coffee, and let's rock out these dinner rolls. This may be the rolls for all of our Thanksgiving dinners ahead, and Christmas, and Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every day of the week. If this is the ones that I'm thinking of that I remember, this is going to be our go-to dinner roll. Kid you not. I'm sitting about 117, so while the milk is cooling down, let's go over our ingredients. 1 cup of scalded milk, bring down to 110 degrees Fahrenheit in temp. 2 3/4 teaspoons. So that's 2 teaspoons plus 3/4 teaspoon of dry yeast, rapid yeast, active yeast. Okay? And the recipe will be in the description. 1/4 cup granulated sugar, 7 tablespoons melted butter, 1 beaten egg at room temperature, 1 teaspoon and a half of salt, and 3 cups bread flour or all-purpose flour. And that is it. Oh, and butter to butter our dish. Now, I won't be using the mixer. We're doing this by hand. Yes, I want to keep it traditional. My hands feel good today. So we're going to do all of this by hand. No need for a mixer, but you can use a mixer. But guys, let's use our greatest tools when they work. Mine's working today, see? Kind of like playing the piano. Y'all know I used to play the piano. I sure did. I could do some boogie woogie on that thing too. Just saying. We've reached 110 degrees. We're going in with our active yeast. That was 2 teaspoons plus 3/4 of a teaspoon. 1/4 cup sugar. And that's how her measurement went. I mean, it's almost a dump and go. So I'm really curious to see how this works with y'all. All right. It's combined well. So really, if you want to, I just thought about it, but we're following the recipe. To save on that 1/4 cup sugar, you could use 1 tablespoon with the milk. And that way, if your yeast is not good, you've only lost a cup of milk and a tablespoon of sugar. But I'm following her recipe. I know that my yeast is good. I just opened it the other day, that second jar. So I'm good I feel comfortable my yeast is good. But to keep from losing sugar, I would do 1 tablespoon of sugar. So you're only losing it and the 1 cup of milk if your yeast isn't active. All right, we gotta let this sit about 10 minutes. As you can see in that little clip I did, our yeast is good. It has bloomed, beautiful. I've got about 1/8 of an inch of crest, so we can proceed forward. So I am happy with that. I should have done it in this bowl. I don't know what oh, that's right. I was cooling it down. Let me get it all out of here. I was like, now wait a minute. But I'm going to follow her directions to the T. There's one part in there that it's different, but we're going to try it. but I do want to get all of that out. Okay. I'm good there. She says go in directly with the 7 tablespoons of melted butter. Our 1 beaten egg that's room temperature going in. Now she says dump flour, then salt. You know, I don't like my salt to touch my yeast. Let me give this a mix. And these are 1/2 cup measures. Like I said, I'm using 3 cups of bread flour. She didn't mention flouring the surface, but I do have a little bit of flour just because. All right, I'm gonna get this combined a little bit. Okay. Go in with my salt. Then I'm just gonna dump the rest of that flour. And she says, mix till combined. Now you can use your hands, which is what I would use if I didn't have this. And I'm probably still gonna use my hands. Let's just see how it all turns out. I'm not turning the camera off. I am gonna put a little bit of flour on my hands. She didn't say do it, but that's just a Lippy thing. All right, I'm gonna get this into the ball like she said. Oh yeah, it's working better with my hand. Much better. And it's very sticky, but her notes did say it was gonna be a sticky dough. It smells amazing. Okay, it is all mixed, and she said to allow it to rest for 20 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. It definitely is a sticky mess. But guys, how are we gonna know if this is the perfect recipe or not? I know so far it's simple. I gotta wash my hands. Okay, hands are washed. She said just cover it and set it to the side for 20 minutes. And that's what we're gonna do. So, and I do have my dough scraper just in case. And while I was letting the yeast bloom, I went ahead and greased my 9x13. She said heavily with butter. That's heavy butter. So, I mean, we're off to the races in a good way. But we're gonna do what she said. She said just combine it till it's mixed, stop, cover for 20 minutes. It's a very different recipe, but very simple. It's been 20 minutes. Now, it didn't rise, but it did spread out. Now, I am going to flour my hands. She didn't say flour the surface. So, I want to make sure my hands are floured. Oh, it is sticky. Okay, I hope y'all can see. I'm going to put a little bit more flour just on my hands. Kind of mash it in. Bring it to me. Oh, it is sticky. But I'm not going to add flour because she said don't add flour. So I'm assuming, I am going to put it on my hands though, that the more that we knead it, oh, this is some beautiful dough, guys. Now we got to do this for 8 minutes. At this point, you could actually put it in your mixer with your dough hook. Now y'all see, I didn't put, now it's got a little bit of sticky, but not much. This is beautiful. I can't wait to see it in 8 minutes. Remember, you bring it to you, you push out. And I always turn mine. Oh, this is so relaxing. It's therapy, guys. It's just, for me it is. And for the rising, we actually need it for 8 minutes. And then we make our balls, and those is what rises. And I'm not going to add flour because the stickiness is starting to go away. Oh, yeah. So, I'm just going to keep doing this for 8 minutes. And then we'll see where we're at. So, really, look at that. And I have no flour on my surface. Okay, friends. It's been about 7 minutes, and boy, my arms have got a workout. But yet, it feels so good. Look at this dough. Trying to go 1 more minute. It is springing back beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. You see that? So I know that we are almost there. Watch. I'm going to do it 1 more time, and then I'm going to pause and zoom in when I edit for y'all to see this. All right. Can y'all see that? Okay. I'm going to call it good. Let's see. Let's see, where are we at? I'm just kind of tucking under as I twist it to get a good roundness. Oh my. I am going to cut it in half. Okay, let's see how this is going to work. I am just going to, boy, that's some beautiful dough. I love my mom's because it's nostalgic, but guys, this is probably the prettiest dough I have ever done to date. No kidding. All right, so I'm gonna cut that one in half. So I need about 10 out of this. So I am actually gonna cut these in half, okay? They're gonna be smaller rolls, but I think they're all gonna bake up even once I get them rolled. I take my pieces, however you wanna do it, and I just pull the top down, going underneath, forming a slight ball, and then using my thumb on the ball and my hands to glide. That's how I form my balls. Perfect. Y'all, I think this is, I don't know how many this is going to make. I didn't count them just now, but that's okay. So I'm going to do a couple of more of these on camera, because y'all saw me do it the other day. I'm telling y'all, this is the prettiest dough. And I'm going to leave a little space so they have room to expand. This is actually the prettiest dough I've ever made. You saw there was no major steps. There was no first rise. It was literally resting, and I think what that was relaxing the gluten. I can tell that by the feel of this. Incredible. Just incredible. And she said let it rise an hour to an hour and a half. Bake in a preheated 375 degree oven, 15 to 20 minutes. And that's just because, you know, every oven varies. But I'm real curious. Now I'm able to get 4 across, allowing space. They're uniform sized. I mean, I may have to steal some dough from one if I find one that's too small, or take from one that's too big. But, you know, you'll just have to see what works for you. But I can tell you now, this dough is extremely forgiving, because y'all saw me just slice and dice and go with it. It's relaxing already, the 4 that's in the pan. This is all I have left. And it made 28 rolls. So I am going to cover my rolls into the oven an hour to an hour and a half with the oven light on. About 5 minutes, before I'm ready to put them in. I'm going to pull them out, set them on the counter, get them brushed, and that allows my oven time to preheat to 375. So here we are. The dryer man ain't here yet. Nope. It took an hour and a half, but in that hour and a half, look in this box. I don't know if I can y'all see that? Hang on. Look, don't ask me what part it is, but the dryer's fixed. I think it's called the fan motor. I don't know. But in the hour and a half, y'all look at these rolls. And yeah, the oven just said, I'm ready, 375 degrees ready. Look at that. I decided not to brush them with anything. No egg wash, no butter. I'm going to butter them afterwards. Y'all, I think this is the winner of all dinner rolls. Y'all, it took 22 minutes. You notice this one's a little browner than the rest. But I am going to heavily coat, and I mean they just come out of the oven, with some melted butter. Oh man, and I'm doing it in the pan instead of taking them out first. That way the butter can get down to the bottom. But guys, I do believe that I found the original recipe, and it was by accident. I don't want to miss a drop. They are extremely hot, but I do want to get them out of here. Separate them. I will say that time got away from me. I looked at the clock. It was 22 minutes. I would definitely be considering, which they're perfect on. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's hot. There's the bottom. 15 to 18 minutes. But, guys, these are, I know these are the rolls. And also, I'm going to test these out. These are that good. I kid you not. I'll send some to Bud's job. What I would do is once we roll them, I know this is in your way and I'm sorry. Let me turn you. Okay, when you get to the rolling, that's when I'm going to actually put them on a cookie sheet. And I'm going to put them in the freezer. And I'm going to flash freeze them a good hour, okay? So where they set up. And I'm going to actually bag mine. And I'm going to let them sit a couple of days. Bring them out, let them rise, just like we had to let them rise to start with. And see how they do rising, which I'm sure take about 3 or 4 hours. And then bake them off. If that holds true to what my thinking is, then I will make these rolls from now on. And as we want a dinner roll, which will be often, maybe daily, with our supper, or our Sunday lunches that we have, all I have to do is pull them out of the freezer. But I am going to test. And I'm going to try to, well, no, I won't try because I'm so excited over these. I'm going to remind myself to let y'all know how well they do. But because we didn't have to do a first rise in a bowl, that's why I say, and I saw them wanting to spread and starting to rise when I was putting them in, rolling them, putting them in the pan. Because I ended up with 28 rolls. I can put them on a cookie sheet, probably on some, wax paper or something so they don't stick to that cold pan. Hour to hour and a half is probably all it's going to take. And that'll stop that yeast. It'll put it to sleep. So then when I pull out the amount that I want, I'll just set them out on my baking dish, cover them, let them rise, and then bake them off. But we are going to, God dog, it's hot. Okay, I took one so you could see the center. Okay, here's the center. There's the bottom, the top. The things I do for love. This is going to be hot. Okay, but I want y'all to see this. This is her rolls. That's her rolls. Look at, oh my gosh. Do y'all see that? I never would have thought about looking in that book. I did it. I freaking did it. Well, no, I didn't. I found the recipe. Sweet baby Jesus. Y'all. I mean, I'm breaking this part in half. This is it. This is it. Okay, tomorrow, I'm going to whip up another batch. I mean, it takes no time. And I am going to go ahead and freeze. Because it's only 3 cups, okay? And I used bread flour. That made some difference, I'm sure. This is just, this is incredible. I would not go 22 minutes, which they're perfectly fine. That's not burnt. I would be checking at 18. You know, every oven's different. It doesn't gum. It melts. I knew it when I was filling that dough that this was different. This was not normal. And it's really a dump and go if you think about it. But you know how bread sometimes will kind of gum up but it's still good? No. This melts. I'm leaving the recipe down in the description. Do me a favor. Make this for me. Give me some feedback. You saw what I did. I didn't cut anything out. That 8 minutes of kneading, if you're able to knead with your hands. If not, I would, I'd do a number 3 on an electric mixer with the dough hook. Don't exceed the number 3. 2 to 3. But guys, it was so soft. And I didn't add flour. You know, I floured my hands I didn't add any flour. And that may be why it was so easy, you know, and so light and moist. This is it. Thank you. And I say that because y'all are about to watch this video and you're about to see something that I've waited many, many years to accomplish. And I did it today with y'all. All because I was digging in Mama's box of treasures. Now, Mom's rolls are good. Forgive me, Mom, but they do not touch Aunt Hazel's dump and go rolls. Phenomenal. I got butter on me. They're dripping in butter. That's okay. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I'll see you on the next one. We made a milestone.